Live from clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 6:30 p.m.
Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30 getting results. Thank you for joining us here live on News 6 Plus. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
Glad to have you with us on the interwebs tonight. I'm Matt Austin. I'm in for Justin, by the way. Another Florida Classic weekend is here. The rivalry between Bethune-Cookman and the FAMU continues with their annual showdown.
Areas near the stadium will be enforced as special event zones to keep fans and celebrations safe. News 6 reporter Stephanie Rodriguez breaks down what that will look like this weekend.
Tomorrow, the Rattlers and the Wildcats and Kid are all on the field.
While FAMU and Bethune-Cookman vie for the trophy on the field, it's more like a reunion than a rivalry.
It's like the barbecue, but we have football going on at the same time. So we get to fight against each other for the length of the game, but we're all family, and we have a lot of fun here.
While it's a friendly competition, it's also the largest fundraiser for both schools.
We love the mission of this game, which is to provide scholarships back to both schools.
No matter who wins, the city gets a big boost.
This game generates $30 million of economic opportunity for the community as well. So it benefits both schools, but it also benefits the Orlando business community as well.
As hype for the game grows, many are closely watching security. For the third year in a row, special event zones are in place for the Classic. Just 3 weeks ago, a 17-year-old shot 7 people, killing 2 several blocks away in downtown. News 6 asked Orlando police if they have beefed up security for the weekend as a result. They told us they didn't want to reveal specifics about their plans. The mayor tells me he's confident this weekend will be family-friendly fun with the necessary precautions in place.
There's rarely trouble during this event. There's a lot of people in town, so you always want to make sure you have the right amount of security for an event like this, but there'll be a safe weekend for the Florida Classic.
Yeah, a lot going on. Special event zones are in place until 6 Monday morning. Now, in these zones, fines could be doubled for traffic violations and your car could be impounded. We have a list of which streets are impacted. You can find it by going to clickorlando.com. They could have not asked for better weather this weekend.
It's going to be great weather. It's always
Everything.
a fantastic atmosphere there.
Yeah, people are just happy to be out and about. Even when it's raining, they still enjoy it. So I can only imagine.
Have fun. It thins the crowd out a little bit.
Just a wee bit.
It'll be packed this year, I'm sure. Meteorologist Jonathan Kegas providing some incredible weather for us.
If only I controlled it. Yeah, temperature is back to the low to mid 40s right now. Once we woke up early this morning, we're going to shave off a few more degrees than what you're seeing on your screen right now. We were at 49 earlier this morning in Leesburg, 46 in Sanford. We're hanging around 50 earlier today in Kissimmee. Again, everybody's going to wake up colder than what we started off with this morning. I think tomorrow morning is the coldest of the bunch. 63 in Tampa now. We're at 63 in Orlando. Still a little bit colder to our north as some slightly colder air trickles back down in. And again, we're going to calm the winds a little bit, and that is going to help to allow the temperatures to cool a little bit further as well. We're at 54 by 9, 51 by 11, 49 degrees as we get on the other side of midnight tonight. Again, bottoming out into the mid 40s, a few upper 30s out there. We're going to have the better opportunity tonight for some frost in a more widespread area. We're going to pinpoint who is the best shot to see frost and who might want to cover their plants coming up in about 10 minutes, guys.
Not it. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. Epic Universe is the talk of the town here in Orlando, not just for the rides, but for the money it'll bring our tourism industry.
It's also going to bring in 14,000 jobs to Orlando. News 6's Laverne McGee breaks down how these jobs will stack up against gigs at other local parks.
I'm here at IAPA. This is an international theme park trade show. For most people, this is about fun and games, but for people here in Central Florida, this is about the economy and jobs.
IAPA stands for International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. Their CEO says there is huge growth in the industry.
There will be plenty more jobs because you need to operate those attractions, you need to operate those new parks, you need to operate those new hotels. There will be more jobs to come, I can guarantee you that.
Universal's new theme park, Epic, opens next May and is expected to generate about 14,000 new jobs. But it's no secret that many theme park jobs don't pay enough to keep up with the high cost of living. According to well-regarded recruitment website ZipRecruiter, as of 2024, salaries for theme park jobs vary by role and employer, but the average hourly pay is $15.63 for an amusement park attendant. For Disney World, the average is $18. Still not enough for many of their employees to find adequate housing. They have earmarked about 80 acres of land to build about 1,000 affordable homes for employees' use in Horizon West. But there are also many other indirect jobs, like those at Bob's Space Racers, makers of whack-a-mole in Daytona Beach.
We have employees that do woodworking, welding, metal fabrication, Formica work. We have pretty much all the trades under one roof, and they're so important to the industry.
Salaries may also be affected by the trend toward AI and robots.
WKMG-TV is a CBS-affiliated television station in Orlando, Florida.
This robot AI is very smart, and one day he could be giving you directions to the bathroom or where to buy food if you're in one of the theme parks. And he can even see us.
I'm available to work 24/7, 365. I don't require health care, and I certainly don't need a 401k.
Will there be other jobs for people who might be worried that some of these AI or robots might take some of these jobs?
We are in the hospitality industry, and as great robots are, they will never replace the human interaction.
Laverne McGee, Getting Results, News 6.
All right, so the Central Florida area is really spread out. So saying a car is necessary is probably an understatement.
There's a rule at my house. It takes a half an hour to go anywhere. If it's a block away, if it's across town, always takes 30 minutes.
Why are you saying that about your house?
Because that's,
that's how long it takes. Yeah.
Literally how long it takes. If I go to your house, 30 minutes.
Most of us need a car to get to work, the grocery store, and of course, our medical appointments.
And for those living paycheck to paycheck, a costly repair can be a disaster. News 6's Julie Broughton met a mechanic who decided to help. He's getting results for those who can least afford an unexpected breakdown.
Right now, I'm taking the bolts off that hold the straw to the spindle.
Ed Rosa is a do-it-yourself kind of guy.
I like fixing things. I like the feeling of, I fixed that.
In fact, he'll tell you he's happiest with a wrench in his hand and a problem to solve.
This is my therapy. It keeps my mind busy.
And as you can see, these days, those problems are the transportation kind.
And there it goes. It's out.
But this isn't Rosa's car. It's part of a project he calls Fix It Forward.
Fix It Forward is a nonprofit here in Central Florida that repairs cars for low-income, homeless, and veterans in Central Florida.
The mobile mechanic service is limited to light mechanical repairs, jobs he can do in a couple of hours working in a driveway. But it means the world to the people he helps.
So the coolant leak was coming from probably like right over here.
People like Brittany Osario and her 2010 Mazda.
It was drinking like a bright green fluid from underneath the car.
Osario depends on the car to get her kids to their doctor's appointments and therapy.
With the little bit of income I have, I'm already struggling with some bills, so this saved a lot of headache.
I was in the military for 20 years. I did 3 combat tours in Iraq, 2 in Afghanistan, and I've seen the worst that people can do to other people, humans can do to humans, and I want to do the reverse. I want to do something good for other people.
Rosa has not only mastered his mechanic skills,
bam, there it is.
He's gotten an education in economics.
I was reading a study in Orlando. In order to afford a 2-bedroom apartment in Orlando, you have to make over $20 an hour. And that's just for rent. That's not including utilities, insurance, all that other thing. People have to make a decision. Do I fix my suspension or do I pay rent? And they're going to pay the rent. They need a place to live. So maintenance usually is lacking on cars.
Rosa spends most of his day solving other people's problems. But he'll tell you he's working through some of his own as well.
I suffer from PTSD from my time in combat. And I feel better mentally, emotionally than I ever did before, just because I think I was meant to do this. Our slogan is, together we can help families keep moving forward. And I think that's all we have to do is just give them a little bit of help and everything will be fine. She's all done.
Oh man, so many people wish they had a guy like that to call. It's nice if you have like a father-in-law or a neighbor or something who can help you. Because,
but if you don't.
Oh yeah, you're toast. The labor costs these days every time I get a mechanic bill, I throw up in my mouth.
Did you buy a new car?
Yeah, you basically, that's what it feels like. It's crazy.
Yeah, right.
That was Julie Broughton with that story. Rosa donates all of his time to the nonprofit, but relies on donations to pay for the parts, which they can be expensive too. Yeah. If you'd like to help, we've included a link to the Fix It Forward website and the web version of this.
Yeah, sometimes just the labor is more
It's
than
always the most
actual
expensive
thing.
part.
Yeah.
I know, you'll have like a $40 part and $500 in labor. It's crazy. Well, if you know somebody getting results, we want to know about them too. You can nominate them by going to our website, clickorlando.com. You'll find the form under the menu tab. Go to the Contact Us link, and remember, choose the Getting Results Award option. Are you taking notes? You just might see them featured here in the coming weeks. Hey, let's take a look at what's trending right now on Central Florida's #1 website, clickorlando.com.
Gross. Not the website,
What's
this
gross?
story.
What was I going to say? You're going to get a talking
All right,
to.
this is not just trending on clickorlando.com. It's paper licking good, everybody. We don't know who asked for this. No one. But KFC has launched chicken-flavored gift wraps for the holidays. Of course, they say it tastes like KFC chicken, which also is not tasty, with a refreshing hint of cranberry sauce and an aromatic pinch of sage.
Tell me you wouldn't
did this?
Tell me you wouldn't try it.
I wouldn't try it.
You know what that makes you?
What?
A chicken. All right, sold out. It is
Cluck,
sold
cluck.
out. It is only available in the United Kingdom and Ireland,
We're
which
sorry.
is probably a good thing. This stuff is maybe a nightmare if you have dogs. Imagine your
gonna eat the
dogs
gifts under the
smelling
tree.
that under the
Yes.
tree. You also cannot eat it. Newsflash, it's not actually chicken. KFC is offering, man, we are giving such good advice on this show today. There's another chicken-scented product for Americans. This one's only for the Europeans.
Okay.
You can read more about that at clickorlando.com.
I think we told you everything you need to know.
I think I don't think you're going to be clicking on that anymore.
All right, here are some of the other stories trending right now over on clickorlando.com. A new Publix in Florida has classic
excited about this.
departments like a bakery, deli, and pharmacy, but this one has a pours area where you can drink as you shop. This is trouble. There's also burrito, pizza, and pasta bars. ClickOrlando.com has the location of that Publix. It's going to be the most popular one.
A burrito bar. There's a Publix if you're ever in Delaney Park. I happen to be down there for one of my daughter's sporting events. It has the best.
Oh, this is the sushi.
It's well, they all have sushi, but it has like Asian food, like freshly every morning made fried rice, egg rolls.
All right.
I'm not
Sign
trying to be
me
an
up.
advertisement, but it blew my mind. Aldi is expanding after agreeing to buy Winn-Dixie. There are several spots across our area that can expect new stores. You can check out the full list on our website. A lot of grocery stores. They love the grocery store news on our site.
They do.
An angel tree adoption is turning into a beautiful friendship. You're going to love this story.
I love this story. After being matched with the same man she got last year, a woman wants him to be more than just a name on a paper tag. Their friendship coming up. Jonathan.
Coldest night of the season, no doubt settling in tonight. Made it to 68 degrees today. Even cooler tomorrow. We're going to pinpoint how low those temperatures go, guys, coming up in about 5 minutes.
And getting kids ready for a career in space. A Winter Park couple's using their love for the stars to launch the education of future astronauts. You're watching News 6 at 6:30. Live on News 6 Plus, we're getting results in Kissimmee, Daytona Beach Shores, and all of Central Florida. We'll be right back.
Calm down.
No, I will not.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Your weekend evening traffic alert. Look, there's going to be a lot of really good weather, meaning we're going to ramp up some of this construction before the holiday next week. So please pay attention along 429 overnight. There will be some shutdowns this weekend, about 9 o'clock at night till about 6 in the morning. And then we'll see some lane closures as well along 417 within that Moss Park, Lake Nona area. I'm Trooper Steve with your News 6 traffic alert. Drive safely. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you Monday morning.
News 6 and BFAR Contracting getting closer and closer to reaching that star up at the top. We want to get 5,000 kids and 1,000 seniors something under their tree through the Salvation Army Angel Tree Program. So far, more than 3,000 angels have been adopted.
We're well on our way. So Matt and I know you and Lisa had a great time during last Friday when you guys launched the whole thing.
We did, it was great.
And there was also an amazing moment that happened out there where one woman showed up to adopt an angel, and it ended up just by chance. She got the same guy she got last year.
That's a 1 in 6,000
My
chance,
goodness.
by the way. Well, now the two have a chance to meet. We never get to meet the angels.
No, I
This
love
is a
this.
cool story. As News 6's Angie Casada shows us, it won't be the last time these two meet.
A holiday tradition that warms hearts year after year just got personal. It's a story you don't want to miss of an angel tree donor who made an unexpected connection. Call it holiday fate, not once, but twice.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. Can I give you a hug?
Janelle thought she was just doing her part when she adopted an angel from the Salvation Army's Angel Tree program last year. On that angel's card was Mr. Fred, a resident of the Salvation Army Senior Towers, who requested some humble items.
This is my third year with them, and of course you got me last year, and it made sweet.
Yeah. Oh, you were so sweet.
Janelle came back to adopt another angel this year. She couldn't believe her eyes.
And Fred said that he said that he believes in fate. The fact that you picked him for the second time.
I told her I believe in fate too, and I knew immediately it was you, and I was so excited.
Mr. Fred says the gifts mean so much, but it was meeting Janelle that made this year unforgettable.
We'll make it a plan, okay? I'll get your number and we're gonna meet up, okay? We're gonna meet up.
What started as a simple act of generosity turned into an emotional moment.
And most of my family has died of beautiful crashes, and I had five brothers, and 3 out of the 5 are dead, and I had 2 sisters, and they're dead because of crashes, and now that I have somebody that I can hug once in a while, it's good.
You see, Mr. Fred says he's had a tough year, something Janelle says they shared in common.
I just had heart surgery in September, and it was really hard, like being in the hospital, seeing people sick, especially older people being sick. And you know, I know how awful I felt in just the few days I had to be there. I can't imagine feeling sick and not having anyone.
See, when it's brought to life, it's just like...
This is what the holiday's all about.
Yeah.
Being able to, you change someone's life.
He changed mine too.
Yeah.
I think about you all year, and now you have nice shirts and sheets, and it gives me a nice peace of mind knowing that you're taken care of. You know that?
Natasha Player, who works with the Salvation Army, says this encounter was one for the books.
When you're able to see the tag come to life, it just makes the difference, and your why behind it, it makes you want to do more.
Janelle says she plans to stay connected with Mr. Fred well beyond this season.
So what are you feeling?
So happy. Yeah. I can't explain. I feel like I actually did get a grandparent. It's been my whole life of me, like being with my friends' grandparents and stuff. So I feel amazing now that I have a grandparent.
You do.
I'm so happy. You make me really appreciate people. And somebody was talking to me and they're like, you know, you don't really appreciate your grandparents until you can't appreciate them anymore. And I was like, well, I'm gonna appreciate all my grandparents. So you don't know who's having a hard year, who's not. I know that a bunch of people that have signed up for this they've lost a parent. I know there's places that they've lost a parent, they've lost a loved one, so you have no idea why they've signed up this year, why they are in this program. But if they're in this program, there's a reason they need to be loved on extra.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for bringing her to me. Thank you for bringing her to me.
Reporting in Orlando, Angie Casada, Getting Results, News 6.
What a great little pair. It's true. You do just, you know, you don't realize what you have when your grandparents
That
are
is
here.
for sure. I love the way she spoke to him because our cameras were there, but she was looking him directly in the eyes.
Yeah,
He
holding
had to have-
hands.
He had to have felt so seen in that moment.
And folks in those situations, a lot of times they haven't even had touch or a hug in
or
a long
anything.
time, so
Yeah,
it's cool.
love that.
You can pick up an angel with the name of a child or a senior like Fred and what they want for Christmas on a tree at the mall at Millennia or participating Chick-fil-A's. Complete list of addresses are available at clickorlando.com where you can pick those up.
I picked an angel up our tree in the lobby the other day, and it was a 97-year-old who wants PJs and a smoothie maker.
My 87-year-old said she would like an air fryer and really anything you would like, is what she said. She's just so polite.
Yeah.
So I grabbed that one off
Yeah,
the tree
love
real
that.
quick. All right, take a live look over downtown Orlando, our Light
Wow.
Orlando Delivering Hope camera.
We
You
live
can
here.
almost feel the crispness in
Oh,
this
it's awesome.
shot,
Look how
can't
beautiful
you?
that looks.
It was so nice out. Even I was outside without my hoodie on earlier today, this morning, and it was a little gusty.
Oh, yeah.
And it ran right through me. It made it to my marrow.
Okay.
Well,
you're from Florida.
All right.
I am.
I was gonna say, all right, let's.
I completely
Calm
agree with
down
that.
again.
Okay.
But it was chilly this morning.
It was,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. You needed something a little extra out there. You'll need it again tomorrow.
You
like,
had
Jonathan,
Uggs on.
where are
Don't
you
judge
from?
me. I saw your Uggs earlier.
I'm from the north, from Pittsburgh.
So when he says
Yeah.
it went right through him, you're like,
I mean, I get it. I've
Probably
been here,
didn't.
what, 5-6 years now,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
it was 60 degrees the other day. Yeah.
Your blood
It,
thinnens.
it does.
Where are we?
We are, but you know what? It's all relative. And when you're dealing with the summer of the mid 90s, when you cool down into the 40s and 50s, it changes things a little bit. Thanksgiving's just a few days away. We're going to have that forecast for you coming up. Warm up also on the way. So if this is a little bit too chilly for you, I do have some good news. We'll talk about when that warm up arrives. Before we get there, though, some of you guys are going to have to cover your plants tonight as frost is in the forecast. We're going to pinpoint who should be worrying about their plants tonight. Right now, it is cooling down fast. We're at 63 degrees. It's a live look in downtown Orlando. With our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Skycam, the breeze out of the west right now. It's coming back down just a little bit. As Matt said, it was gusty again this afternoon. We'll keep the breeze around, but nonetheless, it should get on the lighter side. We're at 58 right now in Mount Dora. Good evening in Ocala. We are at 57. What's going on in Denellen? We're hanging tight into the mid-50s already. That is where we're going to have a shot at the 30s and some frost. For that, here's a look at your Pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
You'll wake up to temperatures at 37 degrees tomorrow morning in Ocala. We're at 39 in the Villages, 41 in Sanford, lower 40s along the Flagler and Volusia coastline, along the Space Coast in Melbourne. Good evening. We're back to the lower 40s. We are keeping skies mostly clear. As I mentioned earlier, some people are going to have to cover your plants if you want them to survive. I don't think this is a very thick frost. It's going to be more in patches. But again, don't be surprised if you wake up to some, especially along into the northwest of I-4, interior Flagler, around Bunnell, also in parts of Volusia County, closer to Astor, Lake Catherine, in Lake County through the Villages, Ocala, Denellen, getting into McIntosh, Nobleton, Bushnell, just along the I-75 corridor around Sumter County. We'll warm up nicely. It's going to be a nice, comfortable day for football. Big game tomorrow, of course, the Florida Classic. Again, 3:30 for tailgating. You might want the light jacket or the windbreaker out there. Still a little bit breezy early on. We're back to the mid-60s by 2. Game time in the mid-60s. And then it will quickly cool again as we will head to another cool night, another cool morning as you wake up on Sunday. Highs elsewhere in the mid-60s in Palm Coast. We're back to 68 degrees in Mico. Nothing but sunshine in Wildwood again tomorrow. We're hanging in the upper 60s. All right, so the chill is here. We had this big dip in the jet stream. You see those cooler colors there. That is going to retreat over the next couple of days. And while we are still going to keep some cold bottled up to the northern tier of the country, note the oranges come back for the extreme deep south, the wind direction off of the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to help to pump in, relatively speaking, warmer air just in time for Thanksgiving Day. There you go. It's going to be very, very nice. The humidity still staying away as well. We're at 72 by 10. Backyard football on Turkey Day looking very nice. Back to the upper 70s under a mainly sunny sky. We'll top out into the lower 80s on Thursday. Now here's a look at your Pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast. Again, cold night tonight, 30s and 40s, only to the mid-60s for highs tomorrow. Deceptive sunshine through Sunday, but we are going to start that warming process already. Look at that, mid-70s after a chilly start on Sunday morning, already pushing 80 by Monday and Tuesday, hanging around 80 again for Thanksgiving Day. Should not be freezing by Friday if you're up early to get some of those deals on Black Friday. We'll be right back.
Some excitement in Texas, another Blue Origin flight taking 6 new astronauts into space. You still call them astronauts?
Yeah, they're astronauts.
Okay.
Let's call them that.
They don't go through all the training that the other ones
Listen,
did, but
just,
they're they were in space, then safely returned them. We can argue about this on our own time, I suppose. Back down to Earth earlier this morning. But for 2 of those astronauts, it's actually their second time visiting space.
Yeah, Winter Park couple Mark and Sharon Hagel take every opportunity to sort of get off planet. But the Hagels are not only astronauts, but educators too. Their program, Space Kids Global, has been getting kids involved in our booming space industry for almost 10 years now. The nonprofit is based right here in Central Florida in Winter Park and has been using its proximity to the Space Coast to its advantage. Just a month ago, they had kids participate in a press squad where they got to talk to astronauts and rocket scientists. Sharon spoke with Julie Broughton about why it's so important to get kids ready for a future in space, even if we don't know what that looks like yet.
It's going to be very challenging to prepare these kids for space. I've spoken to a few teachers, and they say 70% of the jobs in the future, they don't even know yet.
Wow.
So how do you train somebody? How do you get them prepared? You've got to get them excited at a young age.
All right, according to Hagel, Space Kids Global has been able to impact the lives of 790,000 kids. Pretty amazing stuff.
Astronomical.
Not bad. All right, thanks for watching News 6 at 6:30. Stream News 6 online.
That's my line.
Anytime. I'm going to say it if you're going to keep throwing out these jokes. Smart
Remember,
TV
we
app.
break news on clickorlando.com. I'll see you tonight at 11. He's
Will you
on the
get one more joke? Get one more
No,
in.
no.
Thank you.
Beat it.
Bye.
Nerd.